We're back here with another G-Fit videos, and today we are doing deadlifts. If you do them correctly, they inherit the name deadlifts, all right? Most fitness programs have created a new lift that's called a live lift. A live lift is when you're bouncing off the ground up and down, and do I have a problem with it? No, because I do it. I have some of my clients do it. I have a lot of my classes do it. But when we're doing deadlifts, and you want to get a lot stronger, you need to practice picking up the weight in a dead position while it's dead. That's why it's called a dead lift. You need to do deadlifts. It's not a question of should I, it's you need to. We do deadlifts every single day, whether you want to, believe it or not, you do. If you're picking up a child, if you're picking up a box, if you're working outside, you're actually bending over and you're picking up weight. Whether you're on the court or you're on a field or you're in the gym, your posterior chain is going to play a vital role. Keep your chest high, you keep your chin up, you feel it in your hamstrings, you feel it in your glutes, and you feel it in your back, and you get tight all into one. We're all athletes. Some of you are just too lazy to be an athlete, some of you just don't want to be an athlete, but regardless, we're athletes. We're meant to be mobile, we're meant to be active. Don't forget that. If you're going to do deadlifts and you know you're going to do deadlifts, why would you half-ass your warm-up? It doesn't make any sense. It's a compound lift. It's a posterior chain lift. It's going to use your whole body to do this lift. Why wouldn't you warm your whole body up? Your stretches, your warm-up, dynamic stretching needs to be a focus. The better the technique you do on your deadlifts, the more successful you're going to be in deadlifts. Walking up to the deadlift is a big step. You need to walk up ready to lift the weight. You need to establish your feet. You need to square your feet up. Your hand grip is really important. Always start in a neutral grip. No matter what, I always start there. But I always shift my hands up in different movements. A good way to think about it is if somebody falls on the ground and you have to pick them up, how are you going to pick them up? Are you going to pick them up with two hands like this, or are you going to swoop them up? You're going to swoop them up because you feel more confident, you're stronger that way. So naturally, you're going to want to shift your hands. Now, many people do not utilize the other hand. They just stick to one-sided. You need to learn how to flip sides because you're going to build yourself up lopsided. During deadlifts, when you're focusing on your lumbar and you're focusing on your technique, be careful with hip hinges. Hip hinges when you're lifting the weight up and automatically your back starts to round, okay? Your butt sinks in and you start lifting with your back instead of with your hamstrings and your legs and your back. Keep your butt high, keep your chest high, keep your back straight, and just fight for it. Drive off the hills. When you work out your biceps, when you do your chest, you get a pump, right? Am I wrong, am I right? You get a nice pump and you're feeling, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're saying, yeah, I got my chest pump, I got my bicep pump. So when you're doing back exercises and if you're doing deadlifts, wouldn't you expect to get a pump too? Wouldn't you expect to feel tight and like really pumped up? Yes, you do. And most people are afraid of that pump because they're not used to it. It's uncomfortable. So they automatically think, oh, deadlifts are bad for me. I shouldn't be doing these. My back's so sore, I need to stop. No, you do not need to stop. You need to keep going. You need to build yourself up, condition your body to get comfortable with these deadlifts. If you notice in these clips that many of us we start rounding our backs towards the end. Can we lift perfect form every single time? No. And if you do, you're not pushing yourself. Now, if you're not lifting excessive weight, you're starting off and you're warming up and you're already rounding your spine, you need to really check yourself. You need to humble yourself down. You need to really realize that, no, I need to start ground up and I need to build myself up. Here's a basic rule of thumb in the gym. If you see someone rounding the spine, you know it's lightweight for them, you need to stop them. You need to help them. You need to humble them down in a positive way, just like this. You know, if you're having problem with your deadlifts, I suggest you practice some Romanian deadlifts. Romanian deadlifts are where you do the exact same thing as normal deadlifts do, except you do not touch the ground. You go slightly past your knees and you keep your chest high and your chin up. Remember, I always tell everyone, work up to about 70% to 80% of your deadlift maxes. Work around with that weight. And after 80% to 100% of your full max, then you're gonna see a slight tilt in your technique and your form. It's okay. Don't be scared of it. It's okay. Preparing yourself prior to that is gonna protect you. Most people don't agree with that because they don't lift. Plain and simple. They ain't used to that. They ain't used to being uncomfortable. They're the guys that stick to the 20-30% of their weight and they just stay there. You know, and it's perfectly fine. Allow them to do that, but you need to figure out what you want to do. If you want to get stronger, if you want to build yourself up better, you need to make yourself uncomfortable. Because when you're uncomfortable, that's when your body responds. With your muscle build, that's how you get stronger, being uncomfortable. Now, when working out, doing deadlifts, you know, it's good to surround yourself with people. It's good to have someone work out with you. Work out with people that are on the same path as you, that aren't scared to push themselves. Notice this drop set we're about to do. A drop set on deadlifts isn't common. It's very rare to see drop sets on deadlifts because one, it's hard to take the weight off, so having partners helps you automatically, and two, they suck. It kicks your butt. And utilizing a drop set is gonna push you past the point that you've never been. You're gonna get to a point where you don't think you can go anymore, and then when you drop the weight and decrease the weight, doing the reps is a lot easier. And when you push yourself to the max capability, you drop more weight, and it's gonna help you do a little more. Because your body's still recovering from the heavier weight, and now you're doing lighter weight, and you're contradicting your whole body and your muscle, so your body has no choice but to grow. All right, you guys, thank you for watching the deadlift video. Remember, do not be scared of deadlifts. Deadlifts should be scared of you. Never forget that. Be scared of bad technique. And if you survive, come back and leave a comment. Let me know how you did. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.